Hey brothers, how's it going? I wanted to address a question today. Does life get better with time? A few weeks ago, I bumped into some people I used to know from high school. It surprised me to see that they still hang out together after almost a decade. Because as time goes on and you put in the work, the natural way life moves is that your social circle keeps spiraling up. It doesn't stay the same. For newer readers who are unaware, I did not have a good time in high school. I was the poor kid who spoke little to no English and was a good target for bullies. My father was a farmer who had finished his education and moved to the city, and my mother was 20 years old. Neither spoke much English when we had moved to the city, so back in school, I did not know much English, and I was a poor kid, so not a good time for me. Of course, I learned to lift, learned English, started businesses, made money, learned to box, but that was later in life. At the age of 14, I was nowhere close to my best. Needless to say, I did not like any of the people I went to high school with, especially the type of people I bumped into because they were the rich kids. They wanted to rub their parents' money in everyone's faces. But what the hell, I went up to them and I said hello. Now, it's been a decade since high school, and you would expect these kids who had a massive head start on me to be doing much better in life than I am. They had more money than me, they knew English much earlier than I did, their parents were more connected. But that was not the case. They were not more successful than me, and I think I know why. Even back in high school, many of these kids were distracted. They went from smoking weed to doing drugs to spending time on Facebook, playing video games. They did not put in the work back then, and it was clear that they hadn't put in the work in the decade since. From a brief catching up session, I talked to all the people who I saw. Here were my observations. The ones who had a family business, they just joined the family business. They didn't innovate anything, and their life plan is to replace their father's job, sit on his chair, wait for the mom and dad to die, and inherit the house. About 80% of them were somewhere between overweight to obese. A few of them looked normal, and only one guy looked decently fit. The ones who did not have a family business were working some kind of job. There were some people who had gotten a professional degree like an MBA or a CA or some engineering degree, and they were making like $35,000 a year. And if you live in a third world country, that's actually decent money. If you live in a third world country, this is why you should also start an online business, because you will not get anywhere making in rupees or pesos or whatever else your currency is. You gotta get that first world dollar or euro or something else. But getting back to the point, the ones who did not have a professional degree, they worked low level jobs, making $500 a month or something, working for low level local businesses. Of course, I don't know how much they exactly made, but I'm just making an educated guess. I used to be a CA and I used to run a legal consulting firm, so I have a pretty good idea of what people make here. One guy was extremely annoyed that I did not remember him, but I just did not know who he was. I think that 10 years have gone by. There was no point being annoyed that I do not remember you. Now, are they good people? I don't know. I just met them once in a decade. I was surprised to see them all together. Maybe they had coordinated to meet up. I have no idea. I was only there for a very small time, so I can't say they're good, bad, or still annoying people. No comments on that. But what I can say is that for the vast majority of people, life has not gotten better with time. It's gotten worse for these people. Most of them have put on weight, their bodies have gotten older, their incomes have not risen much, and the stress from their job, you can see it on their face. I made more money than all of them combined, was fitter than them, had more influence, owned multiple businesses, and was the only person there who was not cribbing about a job or their company or whatever else. And I started out with far less resources than every single one of them, and here we are. Life has gotten much better for me. This is not some kind of brag. There is no point bragging here. Hardly anyone watches these YouTube videos. The entire point is that I'm trying to tell you that life does not get better unless you make it better. If you are not working to actively make life better, it will only get worse. On the other hand, if you put in the work and actively work to make things better, then things will only get better with time. You will get fitter, stronger. You will have more income than most people out there. In fact, you will have multiple streams of income. And even your passive income will be more than most people's entire jobs and salaries or whatever else. You won't have a boss, you will own your own time, and you will live the good life. That is, you'll have lots of energy and happiness, and you will want to conquer each day. And of course, your friends will also be powerful and influential, because winners want to befriend other winners. I know quite a few people who've gone up this trajectory, and many more people who've ended up like these high school people I met. Life is not communism where everybody ends up equal regardless of effort. This is really the revenge of the nerds out there in the real world, folks, where if you work hard and you put in the work, you will rise up. You lift weights, your body will grow. You work hard on your business will grow. You read books, your wisdom will grow. If you spend your time just hanging out, jacking off, and doing nothing of value, then over time, your body, your mind, everything will start to decay. It's really that simple. Now, the question you have to ask is, where are you headed in 10 years?